Should the New York Knicks make a trade for Draymond Green? We're going to break that down on today's show as longtime NBA insider John Hollinger, who now works for The Athletic, wrote an article and he has linked the former Defensive Player of the Year to the orange and blue. Before I give you my take, I want to hear from you in the comments section. Do you want Draymond Green on this version of the New York Knicks? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Let me know your thoughts. You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green, and let's dive into it. John Hollinger of The Athletic wrote an article over the past couple of days, and he mentioned that he thinks that if the Golden State Warriors make Draymond Green available via trade at any point this season, that it makes a lot of sense for the New York Knicks to inquire about a potential deal. This was the full quote from Hollinger. He said, if Golden State struggles and decides to make Draymond Green available, or the Suns are in a similar situation and decide to cash in their Jusuf Nurkić stock, those are two names that would make a lot of sense in New York. Green might be out of the Knicks' price range asset-wise and second-apron-wise, but I don't think Nurkić would be. And we'll have a video probably tomorrow on Jusuf Nurkić. Want to split these up so I can give a full video to both these players as they both deserve it and could make the Knicks really good. But as we know, Draymond Green is really one of the better players in recent NBA history. He has been great for the Golden State Warriors. He was pivotal in their dynasty run. He was the backbone and the heartbeat of that team in defense. But right now, I'm not so sure that a trade for Draymond makes any sense at all for our New York Knicks. Let's start with this, his contract. Right now, he is 34 years old, and he is making $24.1 million this upcoming season. That jumps to $25.8 the following season, then $27.6, and then he would be an unrestricted free agent potentially in 2028. He does have a player option this season. He most likely would accept that, and this is probably the last big contract he would get. He's 34 years old, though. That is just not a player that is going to fit in the window that the Knicks have constructed for them to win right now. Let's go here, though. Draymond Green is a first ballot Hall of Famer. What he did for the Golden State Warriors should not be taken lightly. He will be a unanimous first ballot Hall of Famer because of everything he's done. A big pivotal piece in that championship window that they went on, even after they added Kevin Durant. He was really the first undersized center that could put the ball on the deck, get others involved, and also stretch the floor. He was the X factor for Golden State. Being able to play him at the 5 in that death lineup gave them a different look and feel than any other team in the NBA has. He's a 4-time NBA champ, 4-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA selection, and 8-time NBA All-Defensive selection, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, and he was the Defensive Player of the Year in 2017. There's not many players at all who can stack their resume against Draymond Green. He's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he is going to go down as one of the best NBA players of all time, no matter what you think about him. But Draymond is not that guy anymore. That was when he was in his prime. That's when he was 26, 27, 28 years old. He's now 34 years old, and he's never been a guy that you can look at his stat sheet and feel the impact of his game, but the counting numbers are getting worse by the season for Draymond, and if you watch, you just don't feel that same impact that you used to feel when he was on the court. What's crazy is, at the early stages of his career, he was at least a decent three-point shooter, and when the Warriors got really hot, he was able to hit from there consistently. But man, in 2021, 27%, then up to 29.6, then 30.5. Somehow, though, last year, he was able to get back to one of the better numbers of his career at 39.5%. And if Draymond can continue to shoot that well from 3, he's going to be able to stick around in this league and be an impact player. But it comes back to this. Who are the Knicks going to give up? Who are the Knicks trading to Golden State to acquire Draymond, who makes $24.1 million? And I think everybody has learned this summer with all the different apron rules in the new CBA, you got to send out more money than you are accepting if you are already over the tax like the Knicks are and like the Golden State Warriors are as well. So the Knicks would have to send, at minimum, $24.1 million to Golden State if they are acquiring Draymond Green. How did they make that happen? We'll unpack that around the corner. But first, I got to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Game Time, the #1 ticketing app in the game. Open up your app store, type in Game Time, download it, create an account, use that promo code ChatSports, and you'll get $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. Game Time is the only ticketing app I use because I've used all of them, and none of them are as easy to use as Game Time. And I love that you get last-minute tickets and flash deals. You get a view from the seat in-app when looking at different seats to buy, and you get the lowest price guaranteed. If you want to go to a Knicks game this season, you want to go to a Mets or a Yankees game before the summer ends, Giants football is also here. You go to a Jets game as well, or a concert, theater event, comedy show, or more. You could do that. My favorite feature is that all-in pricing, though. So when you see you can get 4 tickets for $200, you get to check out, you pay $200. Instead of some of these other apps, it tells you 4 tickets for $200, and then you get checkouts like you owe $500. None of the hidden fees. You can get all-in pricing. So download the app, create an account, and use that promo code ChatSports for $20 off your first purchase. That's CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Support the show, support the sponsor, be a real one. For terms do apply for $20 off your first purchase. So I want to take a look at the New York Knicks cap sheet, right, for the 2024-2025 season. Remember, if the Knicks are going to trade for Draymond Green, they got to send out $24.1 million. They're not trading OG Anunoby. Maybe they trade Julius Randle. I mean, he makes $28 million. That's really the only guy I think that makes close to that money on this roster that even makes sense. And that doesn't even make sense. Jalen Brunson makes 24, Bridges 23. I'm not trading Josh Hart for Draymond Green. I'm not including Mitchell Robinson, Dante DiVincenzo, or Deuce McBride. And as you can see, the numbers just don't really make all that sense. And I'm not saying trade Draymond or Randle for Draymond. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, only way this makes sense is if Julius Randle is involved, because he makes $28 million. He has an expiring salary, and I'm sure the Golden State Warriors would like to add a player like Julius Randle to their team after they just missed out on trading for Lauri Markkanen, a strong scoring forward that could take the ball out of Curry's hands and let him operate off ball. But I'm not doing it. Why would I trade Julius Randle, who is going to be he's going to be 30 years old in November, for a 34-year-old Draymond Green who is on his way out of the league? It doesn't really make all that much sense. But let's step into La La Land, right? Let's go with the idea that the Knicks ended up trading for Draymond and Randle had to be a part of it. Maybe the Warriors gave the Knicks 3 first-round picks or something. Still wouldn't do it, but let's just talk about it. This team and this defense would be elite. Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and Draymond Green. That would kind of be good. You could also have Dante DiVincenzo, still Deuce McBride, maybe Mitchell Robinson still on this team. Maybe you just bump Bridges back to where Hart is, Anunoby at the 3, Draymond at the 4, Mitchell Robinson at the 5. Not a lot of shooting, but your defense would be great. But let's check back into reality. This isn't happening. I understand Hollinger is respected as an NBA insider and as an NBA journalist and a columnist, but it's not happening. And I don't want Draymond Green to be on this team. To be honest, F Draymond Green. His YouTube show stinks. His game is falling off a cliff. And if it wasn't for Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, no one would care about Draymond Green. I mean, look, Draymond doesn't deserve to play for the New York Knicks. Every time the Knicks are in the media, whether it be trading for Mikal Bridges or bringing back OG Anunoby or any move the Knicks makes, Draymond Green, Knicks for clicks, hops on his YouTube show and says something out of pocket. He doesn't think the Knicks can contend. He thinks the Knicks overpaid for Mikal Bridges, and he does not believe this team is here for the long term. Listen to this. Draymond says, quote, "I just don't think that group, the Knicks, is good enough to beat Boston. Ultimately, you're building a team that you hope can beat Boston, and I don't think your team is going to beat Boston. So you got a year or two like the Houston Rockets. I don't know if y'all remember the Rockets when we, the Warriors, were on our run. You got 2 years, and it's, oops, that didn't work. Clint Capella is gone. The first domino falls, and then once the first domino falls, that's it. It's gone from there. That's what I think is going to happen. That's how I see it playing out. If it don't work, that's exactly how it will play out. If it don't work. Yeah, this guy's a clown. So you heard it here first. Draymond going out on a limb with a hot take that the Knicks can't beat Boston. Yeah, everyone in the world thinks that Boston is going to beat the Knicks, except for the real ones on this channel. Also, he was disrespecting Jalen Brunson in the playoffs, saying this ISO, ball-hogging, small guard will never win a championship. So you know what? Send a message to Draymond Green, because F him. That's why. Give me some FDGs in the chat. He does not deserve for the New York Knicks to revitalize his career because he's already halfway out the league. Make sure you are following me over on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. At @MarshallGreen_. Hit me up over there, and let's go Knicks.